Okay, calling to order the June 11th, 2024 regular board meeting of Lowell Light and Power. Julie, roll call.
Yeah, board member Crawford,
Here.
board member Schraben,
Here.
board member Feldwater. Here. Vice chair Fonger,
Here,
and then chairperson Beecham.
he is absent and,
Yep,
yeah, excused.
yep.
Okay,
I'd like to move to excuse Barry's absence. That's the part.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Next on the agenda, approval of the previous agenda. Or approval of this agenda, not the minutes, of course, yes. Approval of today's agenda. Does anyone have any changes to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Motion to approve today's agenda.
Move to approve the agenda. That's the part.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Now, approval of the minutes from the last meeting.
Approve
Yeah.
the board meeting. Is that it? I'll just move to approve it.
Yeah, so, motion to, yeah, okay, and anybody gonna second it?
I'll support it.
Okay,
9 minutes.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Safety moment, Ryan.
Hey, the safety moment is about communication. I don't know if you all had a chance to read all the notes that were in there, but just a lot of different things that have come up communication related lately, that we just feel like we needed to have a chat about it just to try to be better, try to be more thorough. There's gonna be some employees leaving, myself included at some point here in the future, and we just want to make sure that the lines of communication are really open and clear so that everybody's in the know. We try to always have a discussion around the table every day. We start right here, and everybody hears everything, unless it's a private matter that others aren't supposed to hear. But I think it's just healthier that everybody hears everything. It makes them more educated. It makes them better at what they're doing because they know all about it, and it's just really important that you communicate thoroughly and properly. So we just wanted to have a short discussion down those lines. You know, we use handheld radios, we use phones, all different things that you could talk about for hours, probably communication related, but that's as far as I'm going to go, because we don't need to drag it way out. Any questions?
I agree. Being transparent is very vital so that everybody, being transparent makes you, the person that's lowest on the totem pole to your level, they're in the know and they feel like they're important enough to know what's going on. And I
Absolutely.
appreciate that.
Yeah, it works better that way when everybody's in the loop.
What does that look for?
Okay.
I agree with you, because what Brian would say to Casey, by the time it got, if you weren't all in the same room, by the time it got to me, it was totally not even
Right.
what is the topic. You know, so I agree that the, you know,
And the good
miscommunication.
questions would be answered then and there, the good
Mhm.
questions, right off the bat.
Yep.
Super cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Next item on the agenda is public comment. Note that we do not have anyone in the room for public comment today. But did you note that Representative Salzwedel is here from council, and then we have Ryan and Casey here.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Action items, fiscal year 2025 meeting dates. And let's take a look at that. There's one that stands out, and actually Julie is going to talk about that.
Yeah, so they're pretty much the second Monday, or sorry, typical Tuesday after the second Monday of the month, like you guys have been used to. The only exception is in September. You'll know it's actually the Tuesday after. The reason is September 8th through the 11th, Charlie and I will be at a conference. days out of the state, so, we decided to move it down another week, so.
Okay.
They're all listed there, it's just so you know, but, yep, they're pretty standard.
So if Charlie's not here, we can still have a meeting, but if you're not here, we can't. Right?
Well,
Just,
we just knew that, both of us are gonna be out, and Megan probably could, but she definitely was like, we'll just bump it. That's what she said, we'll just bump it. We're like, okay. So,
my complaining was just,
yeah. Yeah,
just trying
Yeah.
to get one out of Charlie when it's not.
yeah,
It works out better for them in the office anyway, because there's a lot of crunch time stuff going on,
Yeah.
so.
yeah, especially if I'm not gonna be there to get our packet ready. So Megan does the preparing of it, but I make entries and stuff for it, so.
Gotcha. Okay, so any more discussion on this action item? So I'll entertain a motion to approve the meeting dates for 2025.
So moved.
Supported.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Next item
Yeah,
on
go
the
ahead.
agenda is the PA 95 annual election.
Yep, you guys probably read in your packet and are familiar, it's that low income energy assistant fund for the year coming up. And just so you guys know, the last 5 fiscal years, you elected to opt out of it. And it's recommendation that we would do the same this time. I think Charlie has mentioned a few times that MMEA is behind supporting us and going through different things at the legislative type of, like in the, talking with them, and we're just gonna support whatever MMEA does. But if that ends up happening, you know, we'll have to change it. But right now, they need to have the motion or whatever to go ahead with the 95.
Okay, any discussion?
I think there's the last item, and the last bullet notes, right, we've never really had an issue, there's a little risk, but it's never been seen as a big risk to do this.
With the write-out, you're saying?
Yep,
Yeah,
because we've done this now. I don't know,
yeah,
30 years,
so we definitely, you know, there's that time frame that we have to be careful during the winter months. But usually when May 15th rolls around, we get right back at it and get everyone cleaned up. So, yeah, the leaving the property is probably where we save, not having to keep it on the books for the write-off is, you know, leaving the property with the city and that helps.
All right, any more discussion? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve this or not.
So moved to opt out of PA 95 again?
Support.
I have a motion and support. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and any opposed? Okay. Sorry about, I was a little off on the.
You were
there. Okay, next we have informational items. Perry and Charlie talked about for July 5th, 2024. That does fall on a Friday, and they've discussed giving everyone in the office and outside,
Yeah, all employees.
yeah, all employees the day off. So, I guess we don't have to vote on that, it's more, it's more informational items, but
Yeah.
Harry and Charlie just want to make sure the board and everybody knew that.
Mhm.
Didn't we do this once before?
We did it last year, July 3rd, because it was a Monday and 4th of July was a Tuesday.
Okay, yep.
But then with leap year, it jumps all the way to Thursday. And so then with the new schedule, Friday's only 4 hours. So it is kind of silly to have Thursday off.
It is.
Yep.
So it's just our opinion about it. So obviously your guys' choice, so.
That's
But
my
yeah.
opinion, to make this a nice long weekend.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I
you
got
stay
no
up
problem,
for 4th of July
Oh,
fireworks, you don't wanna wake up the next morning. That's too many, less hours that I get sleeping.
I wouldn't want you to have to come back in when I don't want to.
Sure,
So,
yeah, I get it, especially if you're on town, hard to
Yes.
go and then come back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
so, yeah, kind of just informational.
Okay, so any more comments on July 5th? If not, we'll move on to performance data.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go really quick. I don't know if you guys have any questions on the graphs. Nothing really has changed, you know, obviously a new month, but we didn't really change anything with the graphs. Everything-
Industrial sales are following what you expected, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, nothing really it's not anything that's changed tremendous, I guess. Similar to residential sales for June looks good.
The unrestricted investments in cash page, apparently you guys have an update coming for that.
Yeah, Charlie talked about that him and Megan have been working on something, I'm not sure if last month you guys talked about it, and they decided to wait until they're both back next month to kind of change the graph and go with those changes, so that will definitely happen next month.
Wow.
Everything looks good, I think, on that graph. We're still below the 140, but you know, we're between the 120 and 140 days of cash. The 140 is just there to know, you know, how close we are, so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions on any of the graphs?
Nice to see. Well, paperless billing and auto pay are still on the rise, aren't they? Little by little.
They are. We have a campaign with Invoice Cloud. That's who takes our, you know, does our portal and our paperless and everything. And that campaign is, it already started June 1st through July 31st.
Okay.
And that's where Invoice Cloud is incentivizing everyone to go to paperless. If you're already on paperless, you get entered into the drawing, or if you decide to enroll in paperless, you get into the drawing, and they're giving away some pretty nice prizes. Usually it's like iPads or gift cards or some nice stuff.
That's
So,
great.
and it's not just Lowell Power, it's anyone that uses their platform, so, yeah. Yep, and we're doing, I'll talk about it in a little bit, but we're doing another mailer that we sent out with the city. So I'll talk about that in a little bit. That's also information that we gave customers that write checks every month to us.
Oh, yeah.
So we
Okay.
sent those out to customers. Megan worked on getting a query together, and it's all the customers that write checks that we see at our office. So just kind of informing them that they can do it a different way if they choose. So we'll go into that when I get there.
Okay, any other questions, comments on the performance data?
Make sure to send 2 of those mailers to Perry.
What's that?
Make sure to send 2 mailers to Perry.
Oh,
Maybe once a week,
Certified.
until he changes.
it'd probably be Teresa.
We can annoy him to get her.
To have her.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
That's a good point. I like it. Yep.
All right, well, next on the agenda will be Ryan talking about the monthly outage report. He just stepped away for a moment, and he's stepping back in.
Sorry.
Ryan, you're on stage.
Well, I mean, there is an outage report to go over right now, but also we have an outage going on out in the system, so I want to talk
Okay,
to
we
Mark
can-
really quick. Anyway,
Dismiss him if he needs to do this job.
a couple different outages this past month. Most of them were in a certain area. We did have some equipment that failed. There's a sample of old porcelain insulators,
Yeah.
dead end bells right here. This was the cause of one of them. When they do go bad, they break apart and then they short out, so that is why those are there. This is the new version of that thing, so
Really?
they never fail. I've never seen one fail, so that's what's put back up there in that location. Squirrel, pretty obvious, squirrel.
Squirrel.
Was this carcass on the ground this time?
But they usually are,
Yes.
The raccoons tend to crawl off, the squirrels, they don't burrow off. Blown bayonet fuse, a bayonet fuse is the small fuse that's inside of a pad mount transformer for underground services. The reason it blew is because the area took a direct hit from lightning. That's kind of a typical thing that would happen unless it blows the transformer and makes it fail or something like that, which could happen also. It seems weird that lightning would affect underground ground-mounted equipment, but lightning affects everything. It goes down the wire in any direction through the ground, and it's pretty dangerous to any kind of electrical items.
So you're able to see a mark where it hit, or?
No, because it's usually not directly on
Oh,
a
so it's-
specific location. I mean, it could be a mile away and cause a surge into the power line or just be traumatic to the lines, quite a ways away. It's never usually a direct hit.
Okay.
It's hard to pinpoint those areas. It causes flashovers, it causes all kinds of things. Blown lightning arrester, it could do lots of different things, but, so we don't know exactly where it hit. The customer did say it was really like lightning and loud almost instantaneously, so it was pretty close. But yeah, other than that, trees, a couple trees in that area also that were giving us a little trouble, but we've taken care of those and shouldn't have any trouble out there anymore. And still pretty reliable, even though that happened. Still are at a 99.9994% available. Last year at this time we weren't very good. It's the way it shows, according to 1 year difference, it was 97 something. So significantly better than last year.
Quick question, I saw you guys got a brush hogger? Is it a mower that you can walk behind? Because I saw them out there by
Just
south of
a-
town,
just
and
a walk.
cleaning up. That's your responsibility to clean up that ditch, or you guys just do it?
We just do it because it was all overgrown.
Just by shoe gun? Yeah, I see it's growing up real quick.
Yeah, we just like to take care of that corner because that one pole was buried in vines and
Yeah.
trees when it broke off the one time, and we're just not gonna, sometimes you just do stuff.
Yeah, that was nice, I just
Yeah.
thought it was really nice that you guys were doing it.
Yep.
I honked.
Did you?
He had his earmuffs on, so I don't think he heard.
It was actually me.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Now I gotta go do something because I go crazy.
You were bent way over, I was expecting 6, 7 or something.
I was in the ditch.
Yeah, it's probably.
It was like a normal height.
Who's that little guy they got working?
Yeah, he's a little guy. Yeah.
Okay.
That's like, what is it?
Anyway, well, thanks for doing it.
Okay, anything else on the monthly outage report? So next on the agenda is income statement. Julie, you got some comments on that?
Yep. Let's see, so this is the summary one. Let me make it so. Yep, you can tell that the income statement has a net income, that's 4778.78, which is obviously very well, good. One thing you might notice is some of the expenses are a little bit higher. There is 3 payrolls in May, so that bumps up a lot of the expenses because typically there's only 2 because we get paid bi-weekly. So that increases several things, but overall we budget for that. There's 2 months in the whole year that has 3 payrolls, and this is one of them. Yeah. Okay.
Very good, thank you.
So then we're gonna go down to capital projects, and we're gonna go right to this summary page. And as you can see, things are all moving forward. There's many items that there was items spent, and everything seems to just be moving forward is probably just a good way to describe it. Everything is being worked on, and that's good that we have expenses in each category, so, yeah. Does anyone have questions on those projects?
No, all good.
Okay.
Okay, well then, up next is the manager's report.
Yep.
And when we talked about it earlier, Ryan was gonna lead off on that.
Yep.
And then Casey. And then
Yep,
you.
I think he's gonna talk about the distribution. The first part is the MPPA update. I'm not sure if you guys probably already read it, but the second part is the distribution department update, and Ryan's gonna give that.
One of the paragraphs in there that I described is, I put an incorrect road name. First off, I listed off Jackson Street as north of North Street, but I think anyone that lives in Lowell probably knows there's not really a Jackson Street north of North Street. It's supposed to say Jefferson Street, so the work along Jefferson is complete. That's what that was supposed to say. And then we did finish all that work, and now we are almost completely finished with the installation of the conduits at Harvest Meadows for the last 2 phases. The guys, I think, have just a little bit more to do, and then we'll be totally done with conduit installation. And then we're gonna move back into Washington, hopefully break wherever the road contractor is not working, so we're not on their way, so we can continue to finish that up before paving starts later this summer, whenever that might be, because we did get the parts that we needed for all that work in, and they're available now, so hopefully we can work together over there and not be in their way and get things taken care of. Nothing new. We did chat with Mike Berg at Stony Bluff, just a small amount. Actually, it wasn't in May, it was this June, so we'll update you all about the easement that is going to be needed to get to phase 6 when they do that here later this year. Everything's positive, it's moving forward, everything looks good.
And
And
on
should-
to generation. Oh, you're done?
One more comment
Okay.
about the new east side feed. The wire delivery that we purchased quite a while ago is scheduled to be showing up sometime in July. So
Wow.
as soon as we see that cable and we can get that installed and all the connections made, then we can all just rest easier with the fact that we have a second feed option for serving the east side of Lowell.
Nice.
So that's the last step,
Yep,
function of it.
yep,
And your team is installing that cable?
yep.
Okay.
Yep, we have the equipment to do it, it'll be, usually we borrowed the puller from Grand Haven, but we were able to find one pretty much identical to theirs and got a good deal on it, so we have our own now.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it works good, they've used it several times out and about, and it does work really, really well.
Okay, I guess next up is Casey with generation report.
Yeah, so just in our department, couple bigger things, the roof above, the switchgear in the generation room. We had a new liner put on that. Just randomly it would leak, and it's aged. We actually don't know how old it was, but the kind of subsurface to the liner that's there is like an insulation. And that was all good still, so we didn't have to like tear out the whole roof. Just had to put a new liner on it. Should add 25 plus years of life to the roof. And
Is that kind of what they do to bathtubs? Just gonna put a liner in the
I don't know. I don't know what they do with bathtubs.
Well, you
They
see,
put that like plastic insert that kind of gives you a new tub, but it's all,
oh,
just
yeah.
kind of cover the old one in the wall and everything.
I
It's
see.
plastic.
Yes, okay, it is kind of like
Looking
that.
at the picture when I saw that earlier, I was like,
Yeah, when I
that's
saw
what
that one.
they did, is just put a piece of plastic on it.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's a very thick, what do you call it, membrane, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they say, the membrane. Yeah.
Plastic, something, yeah. So, yeah, the roof, that's nice that that's fixed now, because we got random puddles on the floor. It's like, where is this coming from? And then we've been working on water treatment projects. We still have more that we're going to be doing in the future as well, but you'll see there are pictures in the packet of a new tank that we installed and relocated a couple tanks and kind of more centrally located all of our water treatment equipment. Just easier for maintenance and monitoring and troubleshooting. So yeah, those are two major updates I have.
Great, thanks Casey. There's just another safety update regarding the MECA safety meeting from last month. They did not have a safety meeting last month, but Charlie goes on to talk about the e-safety tracker that the APPA has contracted with a third party. APPA just announced the updated program and they've signed to use that new service. So it's similar to how Ryan uses that reliability, but this is called e-safety. So Ryan has had feedback and influence to them, so they've changed a few things and then now it's available. Have you used it yet, Ryan?
Yeah, we just rolled it out this week. It became available, so we actually just started using it yesterday, the new platform, and it is definitely nicely improved. The old platform, you would do paperwork or do things on there, and then you could go back to that same item at a later date and make edits to it, and it would let you do it, and you wouldn't know that somebody made an edit to it. You could completely change it, like if you didn't like it, that it didn't look safe or whatever, and you needed a wordsmith to make it look a little more proper. You're trying to hide something, I guess, if you wanted to do that, then you could do it on the old platform and no one would know the difference.
So you couldn't close it out?
It would close it out, but you could,
Wouldn't say to change the street.
yeah, and it wouldn't log in that you made a change. So now the new system, if you create a job safety briefing and you want to add something to it, it'll timestamp it and put who added something to it in the log, so you know exactly everything that happens all the time. And it is definitely really good. There's lots of training opportunities and webinars right within that system. You can access the whole entire APPA safety manual in that system right there in the palm of your hand with your phone, your iPad, or whatever you want to use to do that, and it's very nice. And little kinks here and there, little bugs the guys are working through, but I think ultimately it's pretty awesome.
So if I Googled e-safety, would that information, as an outsider, want to look at what platform you're working from? I'm just
Could,
curious.
but you would want all of the correct information to look it up, because if you just put in e-safety, you're likely going to see something with the old system.
Oh.
So you want to go with the My eSAMS, which is ESAMS, APPA Safety Tracker. Because that is the company that's helping develop it and has put this together for APPA. And they're a big company, I believe, that has done a lot of these similar things for the military.
Oh.
For tracking things with them, same type of stuff, but for the military departments.
Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the rest is, there's a section about the facility projects, and the line shack. I don't know if you guys read that, but it won't be on the manager's report anymore until there is an update from the city. Last month, Charlie participated in a video testimonial with IP Consulting, so we had people here. They were here in the warehouse, they were at the office, and they set up like everywhere, and they just interviewed Charlie. It was kind of cool, and I think they're supposed to put like a video together. We haven't seen it yet, but it seems like, as you guys know, Charlie is not short of words, and he definitely portrayed and did a nice job. The little bit that I could see that he was talking about us, so that'll be exciting to see. And yeah, IP Consulting is who we use for our IT, so that's who got that together. So that will be interesting to see. Let's see. We do have a GIS contractor working around in our system, so he drives his own truck, but he has our sticker on. Is that right, Ryan?
That's right. We have a
Yes.
magnet on the door with our emblem and says it's an
Mhm.
authorized
It's
contractor.
like a gray truck. And he's going around and getting a lot of the GIS coordinates and stuff into the system. We have a contract with Empower Innovations, and this person works for that company. Let's see. So I'm not sure if you guys saw in the packet, but there was an announcement last week that Zach Walker, he was named the transitional distribution manager. So he will be in this new role, transitioning with Ryan when Ryan switches to a reduced schedule. So we'll be working with Ryan and Zach. And then part of the time Zach will be doing his lineman job. And then other times when Ryan's not here, we'll be pulling him into different meetings, and he'll be transitioning as needed throughout that process. So we're very excited, especially to have someone in-house get promoted to that. We definitely want to keep our culture the same around here and the momentum that we have to keep moving forward. Let's see. Oh, I did talk a little bit about that reoccurring direct mailer. So I think it started at our office. We were just talking about the different processes that customers can take to make a payment. And a lot of times customers come in and pay with a check, and they don't know that they can pay online and pay Lowell Power, and then they can go online and pay at the city through their website. So we put like a mailer together. We got with the city, we coordinated it all with them, we sent it over to them, they made edits, they had their own input. It was definitely a collaboration, everyone put in their input. And then we did a separate mailer, it wasn't an insert with the bill. It was a separate mailer right before the bills went out, so it was like the end of May type of time frame. And it was directed definitely for customers that write checks. We were just trying to, we've been, trying to get people that like to log on and make a payment with a credit card, or like to log on and set up an ACH, but we've never really directed anything towards someone that drops a check off or whatever. So they might write a check for Lowell Power, and then they might write a check for the city of Lowell, and then they drop those in the drop box, or they come in and hand them to us. So we were just giving them options that they can do other things. So I talked to the girls today, and they said that we received 4 of them back so far. So that's only in a week that we received them back. And she said the same 4 people sent back their form for the city too. So those are good numbers. I mean, it's better than 0. And then we also talked about another campaign that we just are always trying to think of different ways to find people that just don't know that there's other options. Some people come in and they want to pay, and they want to pay with a credit card, and they go to the same website they can do at their house. When we take their payment, we pull up the same website, and we have to enter all of their information, their credit card number, their account number. We have to enter their name on their card, their address on their card, their zip code on their card. All of that, we have to sit there at the computer while they stand there, and we enter it all. So we're going to try to maybe have a little card to hand out to people to say, we don't mind if you come in, we like seeing you, but maybe next month, you'll be out of town and you'll need to know how to do this, because you can do it the exact same way, and you don't have to come into the office. So that's what we were talking about today, that maybe we would do coming up here. So yeah, let's see. Oh, I do have a copy of that mailer. So here is that mailer that we did send out. Emily does a really nice job with creating all this nice information, and like I said, we collaborated with the city to have, you know, the question there, but then the answer for both items, for the light and power choice, and then if you're paying the water as well. So like I said, it went out to only customers that write checks. So let's say you have a light and power, but you don't have the city of Lowell water, you wouldn't have gotten this. So not everybody received these in the mail. I don't remember how many, they fit in one tray. I don't remember the number, so I'm not gonna guess, but I'd say between 1 and 200, so. Yeah, and then there is a little incentive, right? So at the bottom here, you can see where if you do enroll with auto pay with both Light and Power and the city, by July 15th, you'll be entered into an Energy Star tabletop air purifier. So we'll take all those people, put them in a drawing and draw someone out. So that'll be exciting.
I like that flyer, that was very,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't think I missed anything else. Oh, you'll see in some of the pictures, but From had their food fight, and they reached out to see if we could assist, and we helped with collecting the barrels. Tony was our go-to person. He was sent out to collect all the barrels and then to take all the food back to From, and you know, be sure, and he was good about it, but you know, I'm like, make sure you keep the red with the red and the white with the white. Don't intermix them.
Right.
And yes, Julie, I got it. So that was nice that he helped them out. So this is a couple pictures. Ryan could probably explain it a little bit more than me, but this was the trailer, right, Ryan? And this is out by Harvest Meadows, the long one with the truck there.
The top two pictures are, it's an old pole trailer that Lowell and Power has had for years, but we talked about it in a couple of previous board meetings that we were doing some work to it to make it so that it would easily haul our 40-foot sections of the red pipe that we purchased for doing the underground locations. We typically would use PVC in the past. PVC prices are almost double of what HDPE red pipe like this is, so it makes it more economical to go this route, but the trailer worked great. You have to kind of support the pipe, you know, every 10 feet or so, or it does tend to want to bow, and the whole purpose is to have straight pipe, so it makes it easier wire pulling. So we made it so that it would haul it and keep it nice and straight. And the other picture, that little yellow trailer in the lower right corner, is the newest one that we purchased recently to be able to put the spool of conduit on. That way we don't have to unload it. Like that little trailer is where that spool just stays until it becomes empty, and then we put a new one on. And it's not inconveniencing us to have to change it out and load it on a different one and put something else on there, because that's what we constantly had to do with our other trailer, is just keep switching things. And it overall, like over a year's time, if you add all that labor and time up, that's quite a lot of time. So
Yeah.
you know, it was a fairly inexpensive trailer, and it's going to make things a lot easier, a lot handier. And then that bigger picture is the guys out working in the Harvest Meadows area doing the conduit install for homes down there. One note that I don't know if we discussed this before, but in the lower left corner, you can see those two pieces of red pipe sticking out. We purposely do that at each lot line so that we can branch the feeder pipes to, like, one of them would go to the house on the right and one would go to the house on the left at that location. And we put those in there and extend them back about 20 feet from where the utility easement is on purpose, and just leave them sticking out of the ground like that. We'll make it so they're nice and straight and everything when we're done, but that's done throughout the whole entire development. So later, when they come and dig a basement, we don't have to hand dig near all the other utilities to be able to get that conduit inserted into the vault or the transformer. It's already done. It's 20 feet away from everything. Yeah, you still have to call in a locate request because that's the law. You have to do that, but all the other utilities are 25 feet the other way, so it just makes it super easy because we're more than 4 feet from any other marks. We can just come right over there, we can dig with the backhoe right over to the house and just have a quick install just like
Right.
that. So it makes it really, really handy.
That makes sense.
We didn't do this at first, but you know what? You get smarter each time you do something, and that's our goal normally, is to try to be better. Like, don't look back and ask yourself, well, why did we do that? Or why didn't we do this? Let's do it now and plan it out and be smart. So,
So in the future, there'll be a vault there, but nothing above the ground, right?
no, where those two pipes are in that lower
There's a
left
vault
corner,
already there?
those are just buried over to where the vault or the transformer is right now.
Right.
Each one of those pipes is gonna go to this house and then
Oh,
go to the other
we're gonna
house, right
extend
to the
it.
meter socket.
Yeah.
We'll just extend it right
Yeah.
around, we'll add pipe to it if need be, if it's not long enough, which they typically aren't, but the whole purpose is to get it away from the other utilities, so we don't have to do any hand shoveling.
Nice to have phases, so you can kind of, you're used to how the builder, works and
Yep.
then be able to change it up to be more efficient.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, we couldn't coordinate a joint trench operation, we've done that a couple times in these developments, but all the other vendors were just, they wouldn't respond, they changed jobs, so the person that you talked to last time isn't the same one that's running things, so then you gotta go through all this, and AT&T refuses to joint trench with anybody, so they're all on their own, and the only thing that's in the trench that we dug is the stuff that we buried. It's our stuff. We couldn't get anybody coordinated to be out there and do it at the same time, so everyone else is just on their own, which seems really unfortunate, but it's how it ended up this time.
What is AT&T putting on their fiber?
Yeah, they'll put fiber in.
Okay.
Yep.
I was say, hopefully they're not burning copper.
No, I don't think copper is anything that's on their radar at all anymore,
Yeah,
except for
okay.
repairing what is used.
Yeah.
Do
Okay,
we do those joint trenching, are we trenching?
It's been both ways. We worked with a contractor that worked for Consumers Energy to installing their gas out here on phase 3, and the contractor for Consumers did all of the digging, and we just worked with them and put our pipes in, and they put Consumers gas, nearby in the same trench, and it worked really, really good. We actually were able to get point broadband and Comcast in that same trench also, so that was an awesome one. But it's just trying to get them all coordinated, and Consumers is months out on being able to do their work, so,
Yeah,
yeah, they.
we have to get ours done at some point.
Yeah.
We have the windows.
Okay, so as for the manager's report, Julie, you
hold on,
covered?
we still are looking at some of these pictures, hold on, sorry.
Okay,
There's the water treatment, did you want to talk about this a little bit, Casey? You talked about a little bit,
Yeah.
but there's
I
some
could just-
pictures that kind of describe what you were talking about.
Yeah, I can describe the, so the before is on the left, after is on the right. The water treatment used to have that, larger white opaque, water tank.
Mm-hmm.
It was oversized. The fact that it was opaque, actually, we had issues with algae growth.
Oh, it's
And-
like this thing?
Yeah, so trying to, even though we had, lighting, I'll call it non-natural lighting, it was still, contributing to growth of algae and also that, white water tank is a flat bottom tank, and we could never actually suck all the water out of it, so there was always water just sitting in there, and we would cycle it and try and, move water as frequently as we could, to prevent, stagnant water, but, so with all those kind of learned issues in mind, we got a new, smaller, black water tank, and it actually has a cone bottom shape on the bottom. It kind of sits on like a stand with some legs, and the pump that sits right to the right on the floor is actually tapped right into that bottom cone section, so we can now pump it dry. Makes life a lot easier for maintenance and inspections, and it's black, so it doesn't let any light in for Yeah, and then also to the left of the black tank, we have a couple deionized tanks. And what that does is it takes the RO water and further treats it to make it a higher purity water. And those used to be sitting on the wall next to the turbine. Just kind of not a great place for them. There wasn't a lot of space over there to begin with, and we thought it'd be nice to have all the water treatment in one central location. That way, if you're trying to troubleshoot poor water quality, you can go over there and kind of step through each stage and figure out if it's a plugged filter, or if your RO system isn't working right, or your DI tanks aren't working right. And much more easily troubleshoot the issue now. So those were all the little improvements we've made so far.
Yeah, I found it fascinating that indoor lighting could breed that algae in that tank. That just is amazing to me.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know if it's, it seems to always kind of spike up in the spring, pollen in the air, and just other things in the air that kind of contributed to it. Because it's not like a fully sealed tank, because water has to go in and air has to leave, so there are some like passive vents, but they are not wide open by any means. They're very concealed and very thin. But yeah, I think those are going to be good improvements to the water treatment system. Yeah, and that's a roof. So.
The roof, you talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else, or keep going?
Nah, the roof is the roof.
He said everything, let's keep going.
Yep. The other thing is in the office, this is the only picture I guess that girls could find of the blinds, just funny one, but. And then we have new blinds that are kind of like roller shades now.
Very nice.
In the office,
How
yeah.
do you feel in there now? Does it feel cooler, is it helping you without having that sunlight beating in and making it hot?
Well, so you either have to have it shut down or you can open it up a little bit, right? So before you could shut it all the way, and you couldn't see out. This way, if you have it down, you can still see out a little bit, so that part's nice. Yeah, I don't mind them. I usually leave mine shut because I don't like to see outside. It's a distraction to me. I like to focus. So when someone's walking around or driving around the end of the building, I find it distracting. So I usually leave mine shut. I do have the one towards the river open, like halfway. Some days it just depends on what I'm working on. Some days I don't like it open because I don't want to get distracted. So. But yeah, they're really nice. They're working good and everything, so that's good. Yeah, so we did.
There's Tony.
Yeah, we did fill a bucket. Unfortunately, we didn't have anyone show up. We had some of our own food that we had collected, but we tried to get people to stop by with food and donate and fill the bucket, but it didn't work. We did have Tony. What's that?
Those are great pictures.
Yeah. Yes. Tony's the best at doing what we. Okay, just go stand over here and take a picture of me doing this. And he'll be like, okay. And goes and helps and does whatever we need. So, yep, he did pick up the red buckets and the white buckets for From, and that's what these bottom two are. This red one was to the right. There is the one that was in our office. And then these are just some of them that he had collected from other places when he stopped here. We ran out and got a picture of him, so yes, he's very good at helping us. The next section is about when several people went to Bushnell. These are the first graders there, and I've never been, but I just hear back from everyone just how much the kids just enjoy it, and the guys and everyone that goes, the same thing, just showing them all the different stations, and they go and try on things, and and it looks like to be a great weather day. I think it was last year, it was just downright freezing, so, this day was nicer. Were you there?
No, I just
Oh.
remember, I remember.
Remember it being
last year
freezing
was,
last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, good
so,
weather.
up here is Rally and some of the kids, and then there's Tony, and then there's Zach and Charlie, and this is Charlie over to the right there, and that's Emily's son, so that was cool that he got to participate in it too.
Very cool.
And then Charlie and Zach and Rally and Tony again, so, yeah, those are all good pictures, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but this bottom section right here, this is all in the Current, so that's that magazine that MMEA puts out.
Ooh,
So Emily
okay.
sent all the stuff, and so this whole article is in that Currents magazine, so that was cool that we got picked up for that, because we send things and sometimes they don't pick our article, they have other things that they're talking about that
Yeah.
time, so. And then this is just some stuff that, if you guys follow us on Facebook, a lot of the posts that the different, recognition that like First Look, that, we put out different awards that we got, and then just, people's comments. The chamber did a real nice picture of when we were helping set up the stage, so that's a cool picture, and the guys went down there and helped them. And then I think this one's when, we did the road cleanup. Yeah, the one over there is the day that road cleanup happened.
It's great to see our social media interaction going up. I mean, we used to post stuff and maybe 3 or 4 people would like
Yeah.
it, and now that one,
Yeah.
53, another one I saw 99. and
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's really starting to proliferate more.
Yeah, Emily tracks that. I don't understand it completely, but she always tells me about it. But you can determine the time frame that most people are on, and she schedules them to be posted at that time. So it's, some of them are like 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. and she's not at the office doing that. She'll schedule them throughout the day, and then they post at those times when it's most active. So that's kind of why you get sometimes more likes, because you're posting at that time. This is Tony's daughter. She had an open house and graduation this year. She was a senior, so that was exciting. We always like to promote or talk about our kids.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and then this is the promotional thing that Charlie and Emily made together about Zach getting the transitional distribution manager. And I think that might be it. On to the schedule.
Yep, next regular board meeting is July 9th. And now it's time for board comment. Tina?
I really don't have anything.
Okay.
Pass it on.
Andrew?
Once again, I love all the photos and just that kind of content that we kind of get out there and put some effort into it just to make it more enjoyable and engaging. Especially just those photos. Those are, you got a model in residence, I guess, right? But it's just nice that those are, over time, people are going to start recognizing folks. And I think that's kind of nice versus using stock imagery, I also wanted to say thanks for trying to stop the list and just explaining these DE bells, which is what those were hallucinogenic, but
Yeah.
and running off when I'm trying to thank him.
Yes, when
but
the
yeah.
guys call, he answers no matter where he is.
But again,
so
that goes back to the thoughtfulness part, is
Yeah.
that he's thinking what's important, so
Yeah.
I do appreciate that detail he puts into the conduit and the thinking about those things, so I hope Zach can pick all that up.
Yep, yep. We hope so too. That's why the transition will be nice to have
Yeah.
Ryan and him working together. And he just, Zach just sits here and listens to Ryan talk about stuff. So he hopefully picks up a lot of that as well. So Yep, that's what we're hoping for as well.
And
Jim?
lastly, I just want to say good job running the meeting.
Oh, thank you.
Bravo.
I don't know if he's done. He's
I'm
on a
done.
roll.
Now you're done, okay, now
Okay,
you're.
I have nothing to add.
Okay, Daniel.
I'll say congrats to Zach. I agree with all the things about having somebody in-house and that kind of knows how things go, and is close to Ryan, kind of understands, how to learn from him. So I think that's great. Thanks to Ryan and Casey, Julie for helping cover the meeting and running it. Thanks to Craig for leading the meeting as well. That's all right, we are still under an hour currently. You didn't say, your screw-ups are great. And then when we talked about, I guess I don't know if or when we'll ever get there, we talked about doing online billing, seeing that continue to go up and doing, working with that outside firm. I just wonder, just an out loud wonder, I guess, is like when will we ever get to the point where we charge a fee for still requesting paper? I don't know if other utilities have gone down that road or other similar companies. I know some people still like it, I just wonder, I'm just curious how much money we spend on kind of what the economics of it all is. You know, if it's 1,000 letters a month, I don't know what we send out. Do you have any idea, like, around what number we might send out for bills?
I believe it is close to 1,000 now, where,
Like 68 cents, so,
oh, how much is
yeah, I
the
mean, like, we're paying
postage?
postage on each one.
Right, so we do bulk mailing,
Mhm.
so
Oh,
that's
so-
less than a stamp. So,
Yeah.
I believe the rate, which it's going up again in July, the
Yeah.
postage stamp, I believe the rate that we're paying right now is close to like almost 10 cents less. So right now, if
Oh,
we
So it's
mail
still
some.
about 50 cents, so it's still
Mhm.
$500 postage
Yeah.
at least a month.
Yep,
Yeah.
it is. Mhm.
Yeah, I just always,
Yeah.
I just start to do the numbers on those things, not that I want to penalize people for still requesting a paper bill, but at some point, I think that's just the way technology moves, and we're all gonna get text messages
Mhm.
at some point.
Emails, yeah. Mhm, and you can log
It's
on
gonna
and
be wired in the
view
brain,
it.
and you're-
Mhm.
if you don't just accept it, you're gonna get some fee. So, I don't know, just curious, but anyways.
Yeah, we're just trying to get more and more people on it. We haven't really gotten to the next phase of, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we're just trying to
I think of
encourage
like our
and
AMI
reach
meters,
people.
it's kind of maybe similar to one of those at some point,
Mhm.
like, there's someone in the office once a month, just like, you know, making sure all these things are organized and put together right.
Right,
Yep, I'm happy to see the numbers keep going up, because it makes those things less expensive. And
yeah.
less of a problem for us to ever look at, maybe we won't ever have to look at it.
Yeah, because, I mean, there is months that we print the bill and then we print the insert, because the
Yeah.
bill would,
Yeah.
you know, the insert would go inside the bill. If you receive an email, you receive a link
Yeah,
to be able to
There
look
is,
at the
yeah,
insert, you
emails.
don't necessarily have it printed. So that definitely is helpful. So both of those save on our prints, you
Yeah.
know, in the office of using the copier.
yeah, supplies, time,
Right, mm-hmm, yep, for sure.
that's all I got.
All right, well, congratulations to Zach. Glad he was able to take the position. Also, congratulations to Tony's daughter Sophia on her graduation. Thank you, Julie, for helping me get through this meeting. And that's about it. With nothing else, we'll take a motion for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn at 6:59.
Oh my gosh.
I'll support.
Then moved and supported. That we adjourn at 6:59 PM. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, well, motion carried. We are adjourned.
Set the record.